So I'm calling to order the ONCC Executive Committee meeting for Monday, May 1st. Maura, can you please call the roll?
Yes, Joe Nunzio is not able to join us today. Karen Robles,
Here.
Ray Cooper,
Here.
Evan Summers, Dennis Ryan,
Here.
Ralph Sorsey, Jennifer Kelsall, Aaron Frame,
Here.
Ernie Kosauer.
Here.
We do have quorum.
Great. Next on our agenda is the approval of minutes. We have 3 sets of minutes to approve from February 27th, March 1st, and March 20th, unless anyone is opposed. I'd like to take those all together. So is there a motion to approve those 3 sets of minutes?
I'll make the motion.
I'll second.
Any changes, edits, discussion? Hearing none. To do roll call again, at least this one's short.
Karen Robles,
Yes.
Ray Cooper,
Yes.
Dennis Ryan,
Yes.
Aaron Frame,
Yes.
Ernie Kosauer.
Yes.
Okay, thank you. Motion carries.
Great.
What about me?
Oh, well, you didn't say you were here.
Yes, I'm here.
All right. How do you vote?
Yes.
Okay.
No, we didn't know you were here, Ralph, because you come up as iPhone.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Well, I'm here.
You're a mystery guest today.
Okay. I'm here.
Mystery guest, please say.
Maybe.
Okay, so I am going to, and someone can tell me procedurally how we need to do this, but we do have Diane with us, and Diane Cleaver, she did the website redesign, so we'd like to move that up on the agenda so that we can be respectful of her time this morning. So is anyone opposed to moving that agenda item up?
No.
Okay, Maura, go ahead.
Thank you. So Diane's actually done our website now for several years. She did the redesign the last time we redid the site back in 2015, and she also helps us with technical support on the back end. I do most of the maintenance myself and have since we initially did this site. So the software that we use is called Joomla 3, and it needs to be upgraded to Joomla 4. Like I said, we haven't really done any significant upgrades since 2015, so it's the previous version will no longer be supported, so we kind of have to upgrade. And as part of the upgrade, Diane proposed, if we were interested, that we could do a template redesign for an additional $700. So the cost of the upgrade alone is $1,800, and the total cost, if we incorporated the redesign, would be $2,500. I think it's a good time to do the redesign because the OMP is now complete or nearing completion. We're going to have a lot of updating to do on the site. So it kind of makes sense while we're in there updating everything to kind of just rush and kind of look at everything as the big picture. So my recommendation is to do the upgrade and the redesign in the amount of $2,500.
Move to approve. Second.
Is there any discussion, any questions for Maura or Diane this morning? I think it makes sense to do
I
both
think
at
it's
once.
important for us to do it to go forward.
Okay.
All right.
Anybody else want to weigh in?
And as I mentioned, Diane Cleaver is on the call if anyone has any questions they'd like to address to her. But she's been really a great partner in maintaining and using the site. So I wanted to thank her for that.
Will the website remain active while everything's being upgraded?
Yeah,
Yes,
Diane, do you want
so I'll set up a development site on my server where everything will be built and previewed. And then once we're ready to go live, we'll just make the switch. So no downtime, for the website.
Yeah, that's how we did it last time too. And it's really a seamless transition. It's a great way to work through it. So.
Okay, any further discussion? Seeing none, let's do a roll call.
Karen Robles,
Yes.
Ray Cooper,
Yes.
Dennis Ryan,
Yes.
Ralph Sorsey, Ralph, yes.
Yes, sorry.
That's okay, thank you. Aaron Frame,
Yes.
Ernie Kostauer.
Yes.
Okay, thank you. Motion carries. Yes. We will keep you updated. Diana and I will start the process and we'll keep you guys updated.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you, Diane.
Okay, next on our agenda is a report from the Chicago Department of Aviation.
This is just a placeholder. I don't know if the city has anything to report, but if you do, speak now.
Just that on Friday, we plan to present the February and March monthly ANMS reports, as well as we will have a airfield construction update from Frank Grimaldi. So those would be the only two items.
Great. I'm looking forward to that.
Great. Any questions for CDA? Okay, then we'll move on to committee reports. Fly quiet. So I know everyone is anxiously awaiting information on the Fly Quiet submittal. We had a discussion with the FAA last week where we pushed them to move things along. They'd indicated that they have been reviewing our submittal. They also let us know that air traffic has raised some safety related concerns, specifically with the idea of rotating headings. They were fine with the runway rotation, but have some concerns they want to work through on the headings. So they indicated that they will be providing us that feedback. They indicated this week sometime. We're going to be pushing them on that. We also made sure at that meeting that they were clear that we appreciate that they're working through things with us as we had asked for in our submittal, but that we're anxious to see things move forward and that we will want them to meet with the Fly Quiet Committee to kind of explain their positions so that we can understand that as we look to keep things moving. So I'm hoping that we will officially hear from them this week, and then we will move things forward as quickly as possible from there. So they are working on it, which is good news. Unfortunately, it looks like we are going to have some items to work through. So any questions on Fly Quiet Committee? Okay, then Residential Committee is next. Ralph?
Hello, can you hear me?
Yes.
I do have a report for Friday. I don't really, I can present it now if you'd like to hear it.
Sure.
For the Residential Committee met on March 7th, 2023. Talked about odor issues. Most of the odor inspections that could be scheduled are complete. There are 136 homes that still have odor inspections pending, and those are mostly from homeowners who have not responded to multiple contact attempts. These homes will be contacted in May to see if an odor inspection can be scheduled this summer. There are a total of 1,030 homes near O'Hare that have confirmed odor. There are 709 homes that were sequenced for odor mitigation by the RSIP Advisory Committee. Of those homes, 225 are included in odor mitigation phase 1 and 30 of the 225 are near O'Hare. Some inventory appointments for those 30 homes were finalized earlier this year. Odor mitigation phase 1 is anticipated to be advertised for bids in the third quarter of this year. The RSIP Advisory Committee is currently working on establishing extreme hardship criteria that will count towards sequencing the remaining homes that will be eligible for odor mitigation. For on-call warranty services and mechanical issues, there are 302 homes near the O'Hare that remain eligible for on-call warranty services. Warranty service work is ongoing and warranty claims were resolved in 59 homes near O'Hare so far. Additional warranty service work will be performed throughout the remainder of the warranty service contract, which ends in January of 2025. For phase 17, bid package 3 includes 110 homes in Norwood Park Historical District, Construction in homes started last fall and 27 homes are completed. Construction on remaining homes continues and is anticipated that all homes will be complete before the fourth quarter of 2023. Excuse me. For phase 18, there are 165 homes enrolled in phase 18B. The city of Chicago awarded a construction contract for phase 18B this January, and the contractor completed its submittal process in preparation for field measurements and appointments. The field measurement appointments for the 165 homes started last week and are anticipated to be complete by early June. For phase 19, there are 391 homes enrolled in this phase. Home inventory appointments are 99% complete. The city of Chicago advertised for construction bids on September 19th, 2022 for 200 homes in phase 19A. One bid was received in November and that bid is currently under review. Phase 19B will include 191 homes and the city of Chicago will advertise for construction bids later this year. The next residential committee meeting will take place on May 9th at the Norwich Village Hall. This concludes my report. Thank you.
Thanks,
I
Ralph.
need, and I think I need glasses. Thank you.
You win for longest report. You guys
Okay.
are busy.
Hey, Ralph, what day did you say residential committee is?
It says May 9th here, 2023.
May 9th. Okay, so that's next Tuesday.
Yeah,
Okay.
okay. Thank you.
Any other questions for Ralph?
That is the correct date. I just checked the schedule.
Thank you, Maura.
Okay, next up is technical committee. Dennis, do you, I don't,
Oh, you
sorry,
have
I
it. I didn't know Evan wasn't gonna be here. I can do it real quick if that's okay.
Sure.
So the technical committee last met on March 14th. Brian Anderson of Langerman Brown provided the airport operations update, which indicated demand has come back nationwide with strong travel numbers, 2% greater than pre-COVID. In February, O'Hare was at 92% of passengers compared to February 2019, with some weeks exceeding demand levels. The committee reviewed the fourth quarter flight quiet report, which showed the most operations in flight quiet mode on average we have seen since we started tracking. A milestone. Mr. Anderson reported that CDA was renewing the regular exchange of deviation information with the FAA, who is investigating and providing feedback whether the deviations are air traffic induced, weather, or due to a pilot decision. So that will be helpful for us in our reporting. Ms. Tellick provided the noise monitor updates. With Saguenash and Norwood Park locations complete, the city has fulfilled its commitment to install new monitors. The Site 41 bonus site is expected to be completed by the end of this year. And finally, Brian presented the final data for the 2022 Flight Quiet Recognition Program. Those awards will actually be presented at this Friday's general meeting on May 5th. And we do have representatives from each of these airlines who will be in attendance to receive the awards. We have for the air carrier award is Southwest Airlines. The regional airline is Air Wisconsin, and the cargo airline is Atlas Air. And if you recall, we split it out into these categories to best, take everything into consideration. So the next technical committee meeting is May 16th at 9 a.m. and we'll be meeting at Allegra Banquets. There's some construction at our usual meeting place, Bensonville Village Hall. So this will be the last time we'll be meeting at Allegra for tech, and then we should be back at Bensonville for the next meetings. That concludes my report. Thank you.
Great, thank you. Ernie, Daytime Noise Subcommittee.
Thank you.
Thank you, Karen. Good morning, everyone. The Ad hoc Daytime Noise Subcommittee held what should be its final session on March 23rd, 2023 at Park Ridge City Hall. Thanks to the hard work of all the committee members, mandates will be forwarded to the technical committee at its May 16th, 2023 meeting. The subcommittee spent 14 months reviewing daytime operations at O'Hare, the work of airframe and power plant managers, and stakeholders' responsibilities. As a result, the subcommittee unanimously agreed on 2 resolutions and 1 formal letter. The resolutions asked that airport operations be balanced between the north and south airfield, and for the manufacturers to continue and increase their efforts to mitigate noise. The formal letter, destined for the FAA, asks it to do all it can to mitigate daytime noise via operational tweaks. The subcommittee could reconvene if needed. Otherwise, thanks to the subcommittee members, Ryan Anderson of Landrum & Brown, of Vidal Selleck of CDA, and the various contributors from the FAA, we consider this mission accomplished. Madam Chair, that concludes my report.
Great. Good job, daytime subcommittee. It's been informative for sure. I think next is the FAA Reauthorization Committee. So the ONCC Ad Hoc FAA Reauthorization Committee met in February and March. We met at an accelerated pace to get our policy topics to federal legislators so that they could be considered as part of the reauthorization process. We've provided the letter and topics so that you all can review that. We had 8 areas of focus that we shared. I just want to thank everyone for the committee members for their participation. We're going to continue to monitor the process. And we have received some feedback that some of our recommendations are making it forward in our legislators' requests through the reauthorization process. So we're hoping to get more information on that, but I think that's really positive. And similar to daytime, we'll reconvene as needed, but otherwise we're just going to monitor the reauthorization process. That concludes my report. So then up next is Ad Hoc Nominating Committee.
Thank you. Mayor Sherwin's obviously not here. I just wanted to update everyone that the Ad Hoc Nominating Committee did meet, and we'll be forwarding the slate of officers at this Friday is our annual meeting. So thankfully all the current officers agreed to serve again. So that will be the slate that the nominating committee is moving forward. We did not receive any additional nominations. So there you go.
All right. Okay, any questions on the committee reports? Seeing none, then we will move on to the report of the chair, who is me today. So following last month's general meeting, Joe sent a letter to the FAA outlining some of the members' concerns that we've heard over the last couple of months. That letter requested a meeting with the CDA and FAA, which we were able to hold last week. At that meeting, we discussed the fly quiet submittal, runway use, the TAP-EA, and the public comment process generally. It was a good discussion, and we definitely felt that the FAA heard our concerns and that they're going to work with us, hopefully, to address them. On the fly quiet front, as I mentioned, we're expecting a letter of response from the FAA. It will be going to the CDA because they're the official owners of the airport. So we're going to continue to monitor that and push it, as I mentioned. We also discussed the North Airfield, South Airfields usage, and they acknowledged that there is an imbalance and noted that they're looking into that. They indicated that there are likely several factors that are playing into that imbalance. And so until they can really drill down to understand what the controlling factors are, they don't have a response or a solution, but they committed to continue to working on that. We shared kind of the concerns and that this is something that's very important to our members, and they said they understood that. We also asked about the TAP-EA and why it isn't possible to show the 2 contours together. They provided a response. I don't know that it's what our members want to hear, but that's how the FAA feels. So we discussed that. And then finally, we discussed our members' concerns with the public comment process and stressed the fact that moving forward, the ONCC wants to see a fully engaged public comment process that includes at least one in-person meeting where appropriate. For that discussion, there was a lot of talk about, they're not going to commit to the same public comment process for everything because it could vary, and they don't want to, lock something in stone that might not be appropriate going forward, but they heard our concerns and we let them know that they could expect that the ONCC will be requesting at least one in-person meeting for major public hearings. So, and then lastly, they let us know that we should expect to hear about the noise policy review. And I think I have an update on that, right, Maura? Is that the next one? Is that B? Do I keep reading? Okay, so, so the FAA, so now we're on B, the FAA opens public comment period for review of the civil aviation noise policy. So the FAA did clue us in last week that this was going to be forthcoming, and Nitin did forward us the information as he had indicated. So they are opening a public comment period on review of the civil aviation noise policy. The request for public comments indicates that the FAA is primarily considering policy changes to the noise metrics it uses, as well as the noise thresholds it uses to evaluate environmental impact. The FAA poses a series of questions that they invite the public to answer. They also noted that they're having webinars on this subject, May 16th, 18th, 23rd, and 25th of 2023. If you want to attend that, you should RSVP at least 2 weeks prior to the meeting. The public comment period is 90 days long, which runs until July 31st. And we, as the ONCC, will be engaging in this process. We obviously just got this news and have not had any time to formulate anything. So we'll keep the exec committee and the general membership informed as we kind of move forward and as we receive any more information. All right, Maura, what did I?
Yeah, and this just came out on Friday, so we haven't had a lot of time to, put things together. So once we do, we will get that out to the membership and, keep you updated and learn more ourselves about it.
Madam Chairman, just a note, it's in the Federal Register today. It's not long, it's about 7 pages.
Sounds
Thank
good. Okay, next up is the report of the executive director. So Maura.
Thank you. Just in my packet. Sorry. All right, so I have the financial reports for February and March are in the packet. Expenses for the month of February were $11,080.91, and for March, $11,323.59. Can I please get a motion and a second to approve those financial reports?
I'll move.
Is there a second?
Second,
Thank you. We'll do a roll call. Karen Robles,
Yes.
Ray Cooper,
yes.
Dennis Ryan,
Yes.
Ralph Swarcy. Ralph, yes.
He's muted.
Okay. Aaron Frame,
Yes.
Ernie Kosauer.
Yes.
Thank you. Motion carries. Okay, next I have the 2022 annual report. I put a PDF in the packet and we'll have hard copies available at the meeting on Friday. I want to thank Fran, she's not here on the call, but she did a great job with this, and our graphic designer, Michelle Harford, who we work with. I think it came out really nice. I think it's a great snapshot of what the commission has accomplished over the past year. So I hope you're all happy with it. And we do have additional copies. So if you'd like some to be sent to your community or to your district, please just let me know and I'm happy to do that.
Maura, it looks fantastic. It really does.
Thank you. Thank you. Any questions or anything on that? Okay, I'll go on to the member orientation. I've been talking with Ryan and Valdana, and we're putting together a member orientation. In the past, it was new member, but I think there's, we've had some people come on since we did it last, and with the elections, we may have some changeover in the membership. So we're planning that for June 8th. It would be following our general meeting on that day, which is an odd day. I know it's on a Thursday, so just make sure, yes, it's a Thursday. We know it's a Thursday. That was the only day we could get the room, so we decided to go with that. So we've got a general meeting on that day, and then the orientation would be following that. It's basically just kind of an overview, kind of a noise 101 kind of thing that we've done in the past. But I think the members find it really helpful. And, if they come in cold and they're not really sure kind of how things work or, what's going on, it really helps them get up to speed. So thank you to Ryan and Valdana for making that possible. Any questions on that? Then for membership update, I just wanted to let you know, like I said, with the elections, I'll be going through contacting everyone, making sure we have everything up to date on that. And then we'll do kind of an attendance review too, and just make sure everyone is keeping their good attendance. And we talked a little bit at the beginning of the meeting. I don't know if everybody was on then, but it's at this point, there was some proposed legislation to allow local governments to continue meeting remotely, but at this point that has not passed. So the governor's emergency executive order related to COVID that permits remote meetings will expire on May 11th. So likely this will be our last Zoom meeting. But I'll keep you updated if any of that changes. However, moving forward, so like our next meeting would be June, before the June 8th and June 1st, I guess. That's kind
June
of,
5th,
no,
yeah.
June 2nd. Would be in person. So I'll be working on finding some meeting space for us, and I'll let everyone know. So sorry. I believe that's all I have. Anyone have any questions? Okay. I can
As
pull up-
far as meeting space,
Yes,
is the Chicago Department of Aviation totally out now, or?
no, it's not. It just at the time we weren't able to find
Yeah.
a spot to meet there. So that will be my first stop. And I'll do my best to try to secure something there. Otherwise, I'll just look around and see what I can find.
Okay, great.
Yep.
Because usually we take the meeting room. Well,
I
you-
know.
you are, yeah.
I know, but
Yeah.
yeah, we just haven't had much luck with that. But hopefully
Yeah.
I'm gonna work with CDA and hopefully we can find a
I
conference.
know a guy named Aaron that might be able to take care of us.
Yeah, you think so? All right, we'll see.
Okay.
right.
Next is our meeting agenda for Friday's meeting. So we've got the two parts. You want to walk through it more? Or?
Yeah, so this is how we've usually done it for the annual meeting. So we convene, we kind of do the wrap up of 2022. We wanted to make sure the presentation of the Fly Quiet Awards was early on in the agenda, so those individuals didn't have to stay for the whole meeting if they wanted to leave. So as I mentioned, we do have representatives from each of those airlines, and we'll do a formal presentation. We'll go through the annual report and have copies available there. We will conduct the election with the resolution with the officers. Joe will give some brief remarks. He actually won't be at the meeting, so we recorded a video. Sorry, we recorded a video of message from him. So we'll be showing that at the meeting. Then we adjourn and then reconvene as the general meeting. As Vildana mentioned, we'll have a presentation from the CDA, a construction update, which I think will be very helpful. We've got the ANUM's reports, Karen's report, committee reports, my report. So yeah, it's kind of, there's some big stuff, but you know, we'll get through it. I think it'll be a full meeting, but I think it'll be a good one. And I did want to mention too, we are working with the FAA to have them come and address the members at an upcoming meeting, hopefully in June, but we are working on that.
Maura, there may be one edit for Frank's title.
Oh,
Aaron, has his title changed to Deputy Commissioner of Construction only?
No. Sanji and Frank are both designing. and
Design and construction. Okay.
Yeah,
It's
so that-
okay.
that's okay.
Okay, thank you. Thank you.
Karen, I have a question. I'm sorry, Maura, I have a question. Can you scroll up a little bit?
Uh-huh.
There's something, look at number 7. Is that supposed to say resolution 2023-2, 2023-24?
It's the 2023, 2024. slate of
Oh,
officers.
that's the
That's the
period.
term.
Okay.
Yeah.
Got it.
Because
got
the election is kind of held in the middle of the year, so we're kind of spanning the 2 years.
Got it. Okay.
Thank you.
Anything else on the agenda for Friday? Okay, is there a motion to approve the agenda?
I'll move so.
Second,
All right, roll call.
Karen Robles,
Yes.
Ray Cooper,
Yes.
Dennis Ryan,
Yes.
Ralph Dorsey,
yes.
Aaron Frame,
Yes.
Ernie Kosauer,
Yes.
Thank you. Motion carries.
Hey, Maura, I did get here. Just so
Say,
you know, I am
Jen's
here.
oh, sorry. Thank
That's all
you.
right. You have enough to pass. That's all that matters.
I did see you. I'm sorry. Thank you.
Okay, great. Next is comments from the audience.
We have a comment from Dan Dwyer.
Thank you. To address some questions from residents regarding the TAPIA noise contour, when will the new property locator reflecting the TAPIA be online? If someone can address that.
I think that's an FAA question. Is that Aaron? Is that correct?
Vildana,
I
go
think
ahead.
that's in, reference to our website.
Oh, your website,
The
okay.
property locator on our website. Well, I think we thought about this, Dan. We currently have, because the OMP contour is still a valid current contour to which we're insulating homes, and we chose for the time being to show that noise contour until the residential ONCC committee adopts a resolution or approves a resolution approving the homes within the new noise contour.
Okay. But the
Aaron, would
answer
you
is
like to add to that?
Yeah, the answer is there will be one at some point,
Yes,
not at this
Yes.
current transitional point.
yes.
And then the second part of that question, since OMP, the sequencing of homes was loosely based on the airfield construction as far as prioritizing the homes. Since the TAPIA isn't really constructed in that way, is there going to be some defined criteria as to how eligible homes will be sequenced?
That is also something that we would like to discuss at the residential committee level, and would like to receive input from the residential committee regarding sequencing once we have the potentially eligible homes fully identified.
Okay, and if a resident wanted to know a rough timeline of when this information would be available, what would be a safe response as far as the property locator and criteria as to when they might be eligible, or sequencing, I should say?
We probably will not have an answer for the next committee meeting, which is, I believe, about a week from now. It's a Tuesday, May 9th, because we still have not received clarifications from the FAA regarding the eligibility questions. But then we hope, I'm not sure when the next residential committee meeting is scheduled, probably not until the fall. Is that right?
Oh, you're muted, Maura.
I believe it's in September.
September. So hopefully, I mean, I really hope that by that meeting, we will be able to have something definitive.
September 12th.
Okay, thank you very much.
Thanks, Dan. Was that it, Maura, for public? You're muted again.
Sorry, that was the only request I had.
Okay. That brings us to the end of our agenda. So then is there a motion to adjourn?
Motion,
A second.
All right, roll call.
Karen Robles,
Yes.
Ray Cooper,
Yes.
Dennis Ryan.
I think
Still
he's working on, you're muted, Dennis.
Yes.
Thank you. Ralph Sorsey,
yes.
Jennifer Kelsall,
Yes.
Aaron Frame,
Yes.
Ernie Kosauer.
Yes.
Okay, thank you. We're adjourned.
See you all Friday.
Thanks, everyone.
Bye.
Can I get this thing to work?